Hey gang, Joyce with Skipping Cats Farms here. I had to make a equipment modification for the birds kind of on the fly today. I've got 15 birds in this little chicken tractor and 2 laying boxes. And White Mama has been broody for about a week and taken up one of those boxes. And as you can see, the copper top there, she kind of likes to sit in the other box and just sit there. And there's a couple of other birds that kind of do the same thing. So then I'm sitting here with no laying boxes. And so the younger birds, the Minorcas, which are mostly, sorry about that, I apologize. These are the younger birds that are getting pretty big now, and they're laying. And they've been going off, kind of going AWOL and laying in a number of places. And one of the places I just found yesterday, let me show you. Didn't think they would go under there, but they did. Because in the past, they have been laying and I do apologize for the chatter on the video. I'm still trying to find some equipment that I can use. The chest mount stuff that I got just was really bad. It was worse than handheld, so I'm going to see if I can get a special tripod or something along those lines. Anyway, they were going down there, and they were also laying in this hole, this hole back here. And thankfully they hadn't gotten way back there, but they had in the past also laid in here. And so, as you can tell from me walking around, it's very uneven footing, and when you're walking on 2 new knees, that's something you kind of want to try and avoid. You probably won't notice this, but if you look through the crabgrass, you'll see a bit of goldenrod coming up. What you don't realize is a year ago, this was almost all goldenrod. And so I've been trying to think like a grazier, and goldenrod doesn't like disturbance. So I've been coming in and cutting the goldenrod, preferentially with my weed eater. Now, most of these are not goldenrod anymore. Let me show you. This is not goldenrod. This is goldenrod. And goldenrod is great for bees and bad for about everything else. Nothing else will eat it. So a couple of days ago, I heard one of the birds bragging, and there was an egg right down here, and just a single egg. Well, then a day or so later, I heard him bragging again, and I saw a hen come out from under this little space right there. It's only about 6 inches tall. And so I came around here, and you can see where I've kind of put a couple of beehive boxes and a 2x4. But in that space back about 18 inches, they had a number of eggs. So I blocked it off so they can't get back in there. And now I got to give them a place to lay. So what I did was, the bird I call White Mama, she's half Australorpin, half fluffy buff Brahma. And she's gone broody on me once before, and she's a real good mama, and she's real easy to work with, and when she goes broody, she doesn't break for nobody. So what I did was, and I apologize for the light, if you look over there, you can see that stack of hives, and you can see some of the kind of a yellow-green box. Well, that's what I took. It was an 8-frame super box from the bees, and I'm not using them. I had saved them for someone else, and he said he wanted them and never picked them up, and it's been a couple of years, so I'm gonna have to do some cleanup this winter. Anyway, so I got to thinking, and well, the lid fits over the top, so the lid can fit under the bottom. And so that's exactly, that's exactly what I did. So I came over here and and I came over here and I took the 8-frame super, took a cardboard box from some a garden hose I got a couple of days ago, blocked that off, and you can see kind of the angled frame there in the corner. Let me pivot over here. It's the same kind of angled frame you're seeing here under the buckets. What was sitting where broody white mama is was the water and little bits box. So I just moved those over there. They don't use that waterer that much anyway, and it'll be fine to sit up high there until the little ones are hatched. And so we're on day 8 for broody mama. So I took the big cardboard box and I cut some cardboard to fit inside inside the super box for the beehive. I bolted the box to the lid, and or screwed the box to the lid and screwed the lid to that cross piece, and then on that back corner behind that cardboard I screwed the box into the upright on the frame, so it's not going anywhere. It may wiggle a little bit, which is okay, but it's not going anywhere. And as you can see over here, there's a box on the left side. It's kind of small, but it fits. And I took part of the box that I just had, a little bit bigger, so it goes most of the way up, all the way across the bottom, and then tucks underneath on the front. So, and then I took the other hen out. She was sitting on, those 2 green eggs are wooden eggs, and she was sitting on 3 real eggs, but I don't need 2 broody hens, and she's not that broody. So picked her up, got her out, put the cardboard in, and then lowered the lid, and then I've got the lid tied down over on this side with a bungee loop down to the corner. So that was my unexpected afternoon chore. So far, broody mama, she looks like she's happy. She's got a lot more room. It's going to be safer for the chicks, and that'll give the other hens, they'll have a place to lay, but in the meantime, I can keep the lid the lid closed at night, so they're not they're not climbing in there at night like they have been since she's been broody the last week or so. So anyway, all kinds of different things. You really don't want hens laying in the laying boxes at night because they poop when they sleep, and that can make problems. And they're more likely, if there is an egg that you miss or gets laid late, it's more likely to break. And if it does and it sits there, then that can encourage mites and ants and different things. Having a chicken tractor avoids a lot of those just because you're moving every few days. It also kind of keeps the predators down a bit because they're not sure what this thing is. But so with that, gang, it's now stopped raining. It started raining a bit ago, and now I have to cut the air with a knife. It's as humid as it can be, and I'm going to go ahead and leave broody mama to her own resources, and let the chickens, it's a little after 5, about 5:30, so it's probably going to be another 3 hours anyway before they're going to be closed up, and so that'll give her a chance to kind of settle in, and they'll come in and get in the roost, and everything will be hunky-dory. One other thing I didn't mention earlier, I did say that the black hen was on a couple of eggs. Well, there's a white egg and a tan egg. This dark brown egg has a number 1 written on it. It was one of the eggs that had been under broody mama, but I found it had been removed from the nest. How she got it out of there without breaking it, I don't know. So she's still got 8 eggs under her of the original 10. So I'm not going to risk putting this one back. She took it out for a reason, and I'm just going to accept that. And because if you leave it in there and it's not a viable egg and it rots and it breaks, then it can contaminate the other eggs. So I don't want to do that. I'll just take the eggs. If I get 1 chick, if I get 6 chicks, I'll take what I can, because broody mama's going to do all the work. That's the beauty of not doing an incubator. You don't have to have a brooder per se. She'll take care of the babies once they're hatched, especially now that she's got her own little broody box. So with that, gang, I will wish you blessings for the day, and whatever you do, just keep chasing the dream.